the average US worker is refusing to work for less than $74,000 a year. And if you look at your standard 40-hour work week, that comes out to about $35 an hour. So if it doesn't pay at least $35 an hour, a lot of people are not even considering it. Now, this survey comes from the New York Fed, and it asks detailed questions to about 1,000 people regarding their jobs every 4 months. The largest demographic that's driving a lot of these results come from individuals that are 45 years old or younger, and they're college educated. This report saw less people transitioning from one job to another job, and less people overall are actively searching for another job. So why do people transition from one job to the next? Usually it's to increase their salary. When there's better opportunities out there, when people have the potential to earn more money, they're more eager to jump jobs. Also, a little over 20% of the people surveyed stated that they received a job offer within the last 4 months. But the job offer averaged about $60,000 a year. And as we just talked about, they're not taking those type of jobs. So the majority of them declined that job offer. Okay, so why is $74,000 a year the new minimum requirement for a lot of US workers? Well, the first thing is inflation, something that we talked about all year. Inflation continues to go up. It continues to erode buying power. Another thing could be location. Now, as I looked through the data, I wasn't able to tell, based on the survey, where these individuals were located. As you know, there's a huge difference between a rural area and a large city. So you can compare something like San Francisco with something like West Virginia. In West Virginia, you can find a house for $150,000, $200,000. In San Francisco, you'll be lucky to find anything under $1 million, $1.5 million. You probably can't find anything at all. Another interesting part of this survey is most people are not even considering working past 62. So only 48% of the people surveyed said that they would actually work past 62. So how are people going to be able to retire at 62? Is it going to be off of Social Security? Because right now the average Social Security payment is $1,500 a month. Who can live off of $1,500 a month? Maybe if you rent a 1-bedroom room, if you rent a room in a rural area, maybe you might be able to do it. But outside of that, what's going to happen? Now, there are some social programs for elderly people that are disadvantaged. You have programs like SNAP. And depending on your state or your city, there could be additional programs. I know around the Northern Virginia area, there are certain programs where the government will actually pay a portion of your rent, if not the entire thing, if you show you're low income and you're elderly. So will these programs increase in the future? A lot of people are hoping that they do. A lot of people see it as a waste of taxpayers' money. So you just let me know what you think down below. In 2021, we saw 47 million workers quit. A lot of people called it the Great Resignation. And why did they quit? Well, you could talk about the pandemic, but a lot of these other people, they quit because they saw better opportunities. It was a tight labor market, a tighter labor market than what we currently have now. So what's the deal for 2023? What are we going to see? Is the labor market going to loosen up? Is it going to become more competitive? Are the employers going to have more of the advantage? There are so many uncertainties. So this is what I would probably do in this situation for 2023. First thing is you have to continue to look for opportunities. Even in the worst of situations, there are opportunities. You have to be open for them. Sometimes you have to aggressively pursue them, but the opportunities will be there. So that means keep your resume updated, strengthen the resume, build the network connection so that you can be exposed to more of those opportunities. There was a study the other day that said extroverts have more opportunities than introverts. Well, obviously, right? Because extroverts don't mind talking to everybody. And the same thing with luck. They said extroverts were more lucky than introverts. And that's because the more connections that you make, the more you're willing to strike up a conversation with somebody, the more you are opening yourself up for a potential opportunity. So even if you are an introvert, try to have those conversations with people. Step a little outside of your comfort zone. And do not settle. Do not settle for a lower paying job, thinking that's all you can get, thinking that's all that you are worth, because there are better things out there for you. Another thing to consider is right now the stock market is getting beat around like a piñata. It has been taking some devastating blows, especially in the tech sector. So at this time, you're seeing people flee. People are running away from the stock market, refusing to buy anything. In fact, they're selling. They're selling at a loss. And this loss could be at 40, 50, 60% down. Nobody knows where the bottom of the market is, and nobody wants to catch a falling knife. But these are the times where people are fearful, when people are scared of the market. These are the times where a lot of people can make a lot of money. Now, I'm not saying that the market won't continue to plummet into 2023. I mean, who knows what the market's going to do? But what we do know, if we look behind us, we know that the Dow, the NASDAQ, minus 30%. Tech stocks, minus 40, minus 50%. So with all that red everywhere, there are definitely opportunities. Now, if you're watching this and you're considering a government job, but you do not know if you qualify or what job should I even get, I want to share with you some job series that you are probably qualified for. And if that interests you, then I want you to watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.